Hello and welcome to Deep Rock Galactic. My name is Spanj and this is basically a little preview video of this new game called Deep Rock Galactic. It's in, I don't even think it's out yet. Actually, it's basically we got an alpha weekend that we were able to play it. Me and Goku signed up for an alpha key and we got an alpha key and they had it open for a weekend and we played it a bit and stuff. So I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts basically on what we found. So before I continue though, please note that this is extremely early alpha gameplay. So you're going to see unfinished stuff, you're going to see bugs, glitches, yeah, the works. But you know, ultimately what we're here to look at is the core gameplay and what the game can offer us, basically. So without further ado, so essentially it's a mining simulator. No, actually, it's not. Okay, so imagine if Minecraft, a bit of Minecraft where you're actually delving into caves and looking for diamonds, and you like it's pitch black, and you got those creepers and witches and things hiding around every corner. That bit of Minecraft, not the whole buildy bit of Minecraft, just the cavey bit of Minecraft. If that bit of Minecraft had a baby with Left 4 Dead, the first Left 4 Dead, then you'd get Deep Rock Galactic. I hate the name Deep Rock Galactic. I think the name is crap, but you know, names don't make video games sometimes. Sometimes they do, but most of the time they don't. And you know, I think they should rename it to Starship Dwarves or something like that. You know, because essentially it's about killing bugs. So yeah, big spoiler. It's about killing bugs. You would have had to wait very long without that one. Anyway, so you mine some stuff, basically, and some bugs attack you. You kill the bugs, and then you mine some more stuff. And then basically, when you've mined enough stuff and you've given it to this robot called Molly, who's essentially a mule robot thing that follows you around. It's weird, the mule robot thing makes the same noises as BB-8. I swear they've just ripped off Star Wars here and nicked all the noises of BB-8. Anyway, I'm sure they'll have a copyright battle on their hands if that's the case. If not, I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so once you've got enough resources in Molly, when you pumped it full of rocks and stuff, they call for extraction, basically. So Molly runs away, and the drop pod comes back, and you've got to get to the drop pod. But at this point, all the bugs start coming out of the walls and start trying to kill you. In their many hundreds of the little buggers. So this is where it gets really interesting, actually, because basically you're trying to find your way back through these caves that you've dug your way through in order to find this rocks and minerals or whatever you're looking for. At the same time as you're getting your ankles chewed off by angry bugs, and you're basically running out of ammo, you've lost your teammates, there's no light, you can't see, you don't know where you're going, and you're running out of time. Notice the ticking clock in the corner. And that drop pod isn't going to wait for you. As soon as that drop pod lands, picks up Molly, and the timer runs out, it's off. So you either got to get on board or die, basically. In order for the mission to be successful, though, only one of you need to get on there. So if you're running back and you've lost your teammates and you die, don't expect to get rescued, because your teammates are just going to be focused on getting to the drop pod, which is fair enough. But it also does make it a little bit boring when you are dead and you basically sit there and you can't do anything other than just watch the bugs continue to gnash on your ankles or whatever. But anyway, what's also interesting about this game is that each dwarf has its own class. So you can imagine if they had Left 4 Dead, if each character had their own abilities and stuff, I think that would have been quite cool. So they've done this in Deep Rock Galactic. Each dwarf has its own abilities, weapons, you know, specials, all that sort of stuff. So, for example, you've got the scout, who's really fast, he's got the best flares, he's got a grappling hook, and can move around really quickly. So that'd be pretty useful for keeping, you know, the team alive and avoiding bugs and stuff like that, but perhaps not the best at dishing out the damage. You've got the engineer, which is kind of like jack of all trades, I guess. He's got a really good shotgun. He can throw detonator packs, so he can blow up big holes in the wall. And he's got this platform gun thing which can deploy platforms on the walls so that you can get to those hard to reach deposits and stuff. So yeah, jack of all trades, I'd say, is the engineer. Then you've got the driller. The driller's got 2 pneumatic drills on his arms and is very good at drilling through rocks, so good on him. And he's got a flamethrower, which is excellent, but has a very limited ammo. And then you've got the gunner. The gunner, as the name suggests, has an enormous gun that's very good at killing things, but he's pretty slow. But he does have a zip line, which is incredibly useful in order to get around. So, you know, he's got more than just shooting on his side. But anyway, it's... It can be really frustrating from what we found. So we had one mission where we had no idea what we were looking for or what we were looking for looked like. So we were just running around aimlessly in this enormous cavern, basically just like dying a lot. And yeah, it turns out that these like alien eggs or whatever were, you know, dotted around, but we had other people join our session and do that for us while me and Goku just basically died a lot. And that was kind of frustrating because, you know, it would have been nice to actually have some kind of indication of what we were looking for. Maybe even a micro tutorial in that mission to say, oh look, there's an alien egg, or oh look, there's that aqua or whatever it is, mineral that you're looking for. So at least then you're like, okay, cool, I'll go and find some more of that. But we spent most of our time just trying to fend off the endless waves of bugs on that level. And while it's very fun and satisfying killing bugs, you know, their heads squish with the most satisfying squish when you shoot them point blank with a shotgun. And yeah, it's very nice and satisfying. But, you know, it got tedious, and it got to the point where it was like, oh my god, stop, I just want to complete this mission. Anyway, that took us like 50 minutes or something ridiculous like that in order to get through that mission. We got through it eventually though, but it was all down to the other people that joined our session, who clearly knew what they were doing, and we didn't. But anyway, the other ones were all just sort of fetch a certain amount of this material and make it back to the drop pod, which I think are the slightly more fun ones, and especially with a variety of the caves. And you know, the more stuff that we had to get, the deeper we had to go. You had these caves that would meander through, open up into big caverns, have lots of exotic plants in them and whatnot. And then, of course, the deeper you do go, the harder it is to then get back to the drop pod or whatever. So it's quite an interesting dynamic. And ultimately, it becomes quite difficult if you kind of just lone wolf it. It becomes almost impossible. You're going to get overwhelmed with bugs. So the emphasis on this game is very much teamwork, working with your 3 companions and having that balanced team of the different dwarves so that you can all complement each other's abilities. So I think that's going to be a really good and interesting mechanic in this game, is figuring out and learning the nuances of each class and how to play each class in complement of other classes, you know. Because we played on sort of the medium difficulty and we found it quite hard, and there was 2 more difficulty settings above that, and one of them was grayed out, however. And I don't know, but I'm hoping that the difficulty isn't just bullet sponges. You know, I'm hoping that the AI gets smarter. Maybe there's more enemies, bigger enemies, and tougher as well. But also the level in its difficulty. So, I mean, one of them was really hard to get around. You had to be fairly inventive with how you used, like, the platform gun, for example, and the zip lines and stuff, and your flares, because you only had or you will only have a limited amount of flares. I don't think they were limited in this demo. But yeah, your ammunition is limited. Your ammunition is very limited. Oh my god, the amount of times you run out of ammo. And you can call these supply drops in, and you know, you can refresh your ammo, but the supply drop only has 2 ammo packs, and there's 4 of you. So it's like, oh, way to screw us over on the cheap ass supply drop. Damn. But that's funny as well. So you have to mine all sorts of different resources in order to pay for supply drops, and you mine enough gold, and you know, that gives you more gold back in the base that you can use then on upgrades, and you can upgrade your gear. The more missions you do, the more points you get. You can upgrade your stuff, you unlock more missions, etc, etc. You know, the progress of the game is fairly standard like that. The other thing I quite like is this lobby, right? So before you go on a mission, there's this lobby where your ship drop pod thing is parked, and I can just imagine there's lots of different rooms that were locked away, not finished, and there was no texturing on any of the walls or anything, but I'm sure that's, you know, very much in development. But I'll be keen to see how far they go with this lobby. I think it might be a little bit like Dungeon Defenders. I don't know if anybody played Dungeon Defenders, but in Dungeon Defenders you have like a pub, a tavern, and you can decorate that tavern with all your trophies and achievements and different things and special pickups that you got over the various dungeons you conquered. And I'm hoping that they do the same thing in Deep Rock Galactic, so everyone has a unique lobby that has all their trophies and achievement plaques and, you know, different cosmetic stuff that they can earn in their lobby. I think that would be a really nice touch. But anyway, Deep Rock Galactic is slated for a 2018 release. Yeah, that's it. I don't know. Like I said, it's in very early alpha. It will be coming to early access at some point, presumably in 2018. So you can follow it on Steam, of course, and on Twitter. I'll put links below in the description. But that is all for me. Yeah, a really interesting game, and I'm really interested to see where it goes. There's a lot of potential there for nuanced gameplay, and like I said, actually, in its current state, it was a lot of fun. It actually was a lot of fun, and yes, it had the frustrating moments, but that was just down to me being a noob at the game, and I think once you actually get used to it a bit more, it can be a lot of fun. It can be quite nuanced with a good learning curve and good progression system. We will have to wait and see, but I certainly am interested and will keep an eye out on this one. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this very quick video. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.
God damn it, there's a pebble in my boot!